Peace to all of the divine primordial deities. Y'all already know what it is. I am not here for the dead. I am only here for the awakened. If it resonate, let it marinate. If it don't apply, let it fly. Now let's get deep. Now, let's talk about fear and love. But first, let's elaborate on love. They say God is love, which is the highest emotion that exists in this plane of existence, which is agape, which is another name for the divine. God is none other than a vibration, which is a frequency. And that frequency is 144,000, which is connected to the heart chakra, which is the realm of illumination. If you cannot cross that realm, which is the bridge to the higher realms of chakras, which connects you to higher states of dimensional planes of awareness, then you will never be able to ascend, because love is the key, and it's through our emotions that we evolve. See, love activates the codons in the DNA and give you information and give you access to your blueprint, and opens up the doors to the Akasha records, which allows you to evolve and go to the realm of Uranus, which is the realm of the crown, which deals with the organ or virile or life-creating energy. Uranus is a realm that does not deal with time. It deals with alignment. But that's another topic for a later day. Now, what the church call the rapture is none other than ascension through love. And the only way you can ascend and be raptured up is you have to go through love, because love is the highest vibration, and it is the doorway through the heart, which is the realm of illumination. Understand, when an individual is operating in that rapture state, which is a Buddha word, which means PT, it means euphoria. Let's continue. Fear creates light cold lockdown, but the church tells you over 300 times in the Bible to fear God. Love opens you up and allows the codons, which is the codes in the blood, to activate and allows you to ascend, because we are supposed to, as divine beings, evolve through our emotions. Fear is an illusion, which is the absence of love. And when you are in a state of fear, it creates light cold lockdown. Fear is considered on the emotional scale as a low vibration, which is 100 hertz. It is below the threshold of power. It is slower, denser, and the wavelength is shorter. Frequency locks down the DNA, and it also locks down the mind. So when the Bible say the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, how can it be when fear creates light cold lockdown and it locks down your receptors in the brain, which allows you to reach higher states of consciousness to tap into wisdom, which is called the old lady, which is considered Tahuti, which is the staff of Tahuti, which means wisdom and knowledge. If you cannot tap into the staff of Tahuti, which is wisdom and knowledge, then you cannot ascend consciously as a divine being, because fear restricts you and does not allow you to use your mind, because you're too busy living in the pages of that book, which is limited when it's not being taught correctly. So the fear of God is not the beginning of wisdom. The fear of this God of religion is the beginning of light cold lockdown, which puts shackles on the mind. The Bible says obedience is better than sacrifice, but sacrifice is love. Because anyone you love, you are going to sacrifice for them. They also say you have to have fear in order to be obedient, which means that this God would rather you fear him, because that's obedience to him, than you to love, because sacrifice is love. And they stated in the Bible, obedience is better than sacrifice, which means that this God of religion contradicts himself, because he would rather you to fear him than to love. This God is all about fear, which means fear is the main objective. It is the main mission, and it is more important than love. If fear is the main goal of religion, then that means that love will be the opposite. It will be considered as the illusion. Because what this God wants is fear. Because see, if you loved, it will open the receptors of your mind. If you loved and it was real, you will be able to ascend. You will reach higher states of consciousness. The things that you hear people like me say will sound familiar to your spirit. You wouldn't say, oh, these people crazy, because you will be open to it. Your third eye will be activated. But your third eye cannot be activated if you're operating out of fear. And you will never be able to receive true wisdom, church folks. Because remember, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, which means that the fear of God is the beginning of light code lockdown.